This is the plaintiff, Shedley Louie Charles. She says she booked a party space at the defendant's hall, and when she showed up for her party, she was horrified. The place was booked for another event. She had over 200 people arriving, for goodness sakes. Turns out the defendant had no authority to book the room. She had to scramble at the last minute and definitely deserves her $600 deposit back. This is the defendant, Joseph Gaduti. He says the plaintiff's budget was very small for a party she was having, so he told her she couldn't rent the whole room for only $600 she had, and she agreed and signed a contract. On the day of the party, the plaintiff was upset because she saw other people there for another party. The girl freaked out, canceled her party on the spot, and now wants her deposit returned? No way. He did everything right and owes nothing. He's accused of crashing a party.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome.
Shedley Louie Charles?
Yes.
You are suing Joseph Gaduti, doing business as Rough Night Productions, for $600 that you paid him as a down payment, I guess, or as a full fee to reserve a party space, and things didn't exactly work out. Tell me what happened.
So my party was originally supposed to be May 24th, but because the fire department was going to come in and inspect, he gave me 3 different dates that I could change the party. So I decided to go with the 23rd.
What difference would it make that the fire department was coming in to inspect?
He thought that there would be a risk that it would probably get shut down or something would happen, so he advised that I changed it.
But I don't get it. The fire department was coming at night or during the day?
No, during the day.
And then they would just cite violations, and then you
Right.
couldn't have a party that night.
Correct.
So you told her to move it to the day before,
I gave her 3 options.
and she picked the day before. All right.
Correct.
Yes. The party was actually planned, I signed the contract, it was March 28th. So
If I'm a guest at your party, I kind of want the fire marshal to make sure everything's right beforehand. But okay,
Yes.
all right. So you signed the contract when?
March 28th,
How old are you?
19.
You're very young. Why were you signing this contract? Because what?
To have a birthday/going away party with my friend who is the witness.
Okay, so it was your birthday
Yes.
and her going away. How old is she?
21.
All right, and where was she going? Come on up. Thank you.
I was going to go to California, but I decided to stay for another year just to save more money.
Because you didn't have the party?
Oh, no.
I insist on a party before I move. All right. So for your 19th birthday, you're going to have a party, and this venue is what kind of venue?
The venue is a nightclub/bar.
Okay.
When I first met
Right, you can't drink.
No.
Right. So how many people are you going to have at the party?
It was about 200 people, if not 250.
Why would the bar that makes money by selling drinks want to have a 19-year-old's party there?
Good question. I was not sure.
Okay. How did you meet him?
So I went into the hall because I heard that, they book parties and whatnot. So I talked to one of the bartenders, and I said, who can I speak to if I want to book this place for a birthday party that I want to happen May 24th? And she said, nobody here that books parties are here right now, so you would have to come back later. And then I come back later on that day, and then I meet Joseph, and he
How do you meet Joseph?
I was standing outside, and then I talked to somebody. I said, is the party person here? That's how I addressed the...
Party person.
Yeah, the party person.
Now, you don't work directly for them, do you?
I do.
How?
I book their events and bands. And
Yeah, but you don't have
coordinate.
you don't get a weekly paycheck from them. You're not
No.
a running employee of theirs. You're a guy, and do they have more than you? You're one of the people who throws events there.
Correct.
Right. So they pay you when they hire you to throw an event there.
Correct.
Right. But she wanted to speak to the actual venue, and then you ended up brokering it, right?
Correct.
Do you have the authority to broker a party?
Yes.
Okay. Without running it by them?
Well, as long as I have the date available, it's fine.
Okay. So did you know this was a 19-year-old?
Yes.
Okay. And like I asked her, why would the bar that makes its money by selling drinks want to have a 19-year-old's birthday party?
We're also a restaurant as well, too. So there was food to be had, too. We also talked about her ordering 40 pizzas as well.
Yeah, but her contract does not require her to order anything.
That was after the contract was signed.
Right.
She'd call me back later asking about the food as well.
All right, so what goes wrong?
So now comes the day of the party. So now we're on our way to the hall, and I get a phone call from the DJ. I guess he wanted to see like where this place was gonna be before me and him go in and set up. So now I guess he walks in and he's just looking around, seeing like where he's gonna set up, and then he's asked, "Oh, are you here for Haitian night? Are you the DJ for Haitian night?" I'm like, that wasn't what my party was called. It wasn't called Haitian night. It was a birthday party / going away party. So then he explains it. He says, "No, I'm here for Shedley and Jadine's event. I'm not aware of what you're talking about." And then they tell him the owners weren't aware of the party going on today. So then I'm like, okay, I find this out because he calls me and he tells me this. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over there myself with my friend to see if what he's saying is true, because I'm not just gonna take it based off what he's saying. So now we go over there, and at this point, I don't even ask to speak to Joseph. I'm like, clearly there's a higher power to this. So I'm like, can I speak to the owners of this place? And we wait a minute, and they come out, and they go, "Are you Shedley?" I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "We had no idea your party was going on today." And they were like, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 19 years old. My friend is 21. And I showed them the contract. They were like, "You're not even supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here from 12 in the afternoon till 7 at night. Once it's 7, if you're not at least 21, you cannot be here."
That's not true.
What's not true?
That you have to be, if you're after 7 o'clock, you have to be 21 to be in the venue.
Is it true that someone told her that who's higher than you, who actually works there?
I wasn't there, so I have no idea.
Well, when do you find out that there's a problem?
When I go there in the afternoon after she had texted me about it.
What does she text you?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but she said there was an issue that the owner said that she couldn't have the party. They had no idea what was
So
going
you
on.
go there.
Right.
Who do you speak to?
I talked to the owners, and then
Did they tell you?
They said
What are you doing?
They said they didn't know, and I told them I had told them I had written it down in the planning book and everything like that, and I even showed them that, and they were still confused. There's multiple owners, and they don't exactly communicate well, so they were arguing with me back and forth about the
They
event.
booked Haitian night.
No, Haitian night's it's every night.
Okay. All right.
It's just the area that's.
Okay,
a lot
but
of
I don't
time.
understand. Like, did she book the hall or she didn't book the hall?
She booked the hall, but I informed her ahead of time that $600 wasn't gonna get her the place exclusively. So there would be outside
Nobody
people.
informed you that ahead of time,
Your
according to you.
Honor, we actually have a actual contract to this hall.
Can I see it?
Yes.
And as it turns out, that's not the hall's contract,
No.
it's his contract.
Would you like to see his contract as well?
Yeah, that's really what I want to see.
That's the original, and this is his contract.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So that's original, but this is his.
Private VIP area. 1 waitress, 1 security, access to separate bar area. She provides a DJ, but if other people are there, is there another DJ for them?
No,
So it's the one DJ.
they're bringing their DJ. Yes.
So your understanding was you were renting the club out entirely for a Friday.
Yes. May I make a comment, Your Honor?
Yeah, it says at 8 p.m. This will be an 18 plus with ID until 12 a.m.
Correct. When the kitchen closes.
So according to you, they tell you that, and you get upset, and what happens? They tell you you're not having your party? Or?
I get upset, and the owners feel bad because they don't want their business to be seen as unprofessional. And they tell me, if you want, we can schedule you for a different day, but make it 12 in the afternoon till 7 at night, like, you know, the time I'm actually supposed to be there. So then I say, you know what, I'm fine with it.
Meaning what?
I'm fine that I can't have this place because I'm not old enough. I cannot be here because I'm not old enough. So then I leave, and we're just trying to contact everybody, telling them the party's canceled. I couldn't even be there in the first place. So just leave it at that. That's what happens.
Yeah, but have you talked to him, or have they called him?
Yeah,
in?
I've been talking to him.
No, and what is he saying? Like
This is what he's saying to me. He's giving me different options at this point. He's telling me, do you want to have it at a location in Quincy? Do you want to have it at Outback Steakhouse? And I'm like, no, we signed for this hall. This is where I want to have it.
Okay, when you go back and you speak to the owners who you say are disorganized and have a lot of different owners who have a lot of different opinions or whatever,
Right.
What do they tell you about whether that party can take place there?
Well, one argued with me and said that it wasn't going to happen, that we couldn't do the 18 plus, and I explained to him how we do it quite often.
It's
actually.
his club. It's his club. If he tells you you have no authority to have booked this party, I don't want anybody under 18. Whether it's not that it's the law, it's that he doesn't want anybody under 18.
There's one owner, and then there's brothers of the owner that are involved. So that's the one that we had talked with.
I know, but even your own testimony is telling me that her testimony is true, that owners are telling her you can't have your party.
Well,
Why
one
would you not
did.
have returned this girl's money?
Well, one did, and then one called me
yeah,
back.
but how could she have her party if one did and one didn't? Then
well,
she couldn't have her party.
She was dealing with me, and then she decided to go there and deal
You're
with them.
not the owner.
No.
There's a higher power, like
But-
she says.
But I booked the event, and the
You
event was
booked the
all
event,
set.
and the guy who owns the venue, who you claim to have authority to book for, says you can't have your party, Missy. You're acknowledging that that was said.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, but you're acknowledging that the guy told you exactly what she says the guy told her. Stuff happens. That part I get. That was a misunderstanding. You know, everything you're saying is why you booked the party. It's not why you won't return this girl's money. Why won't you return the money when clearly you booked a party that couldn't happen?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So can a 19-year-old rent out a restaurant bar that serves alcohol when she can't drink?
I think she should because, I mean, if it's in a contract, if you're signing that, you're basically signing ownership for that period of time.
But can you make ownership for that period of time if you're not legally allowed to drink?
I think you can. I've been in situations where you have been able to do that as long as there were stipulations with whether they have the wristband rules or whatever, you know what I'm saying, then yes.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
It could happen, and I also offered her 2 other places very close to the same one.
Oh, really? Because it's
Yes.
up to you to decide if she wants to have her party at a restaurant or somewhere else, right?
No, it's not up to me. I was just giving her options because of the
She doesn't want your
confusion.
options. So, yeah, it could happen, and she doesn't want those options. She wanted the party at the cool place that won't have her as a member, okay?
But
That's the club she wants to
could have
belong
had
to. Well, apparently not. Because we're not. How many times are we going to go over this? You yourself confessed that one of the owners told you this party's not happening. I didn't know anything about it, and I don't want 19-year-olds having a party.
I had
here.
talked to the other owner later on. He said that don't listen to the other one and that you could have the party. No.
That's going to fly.
I wish you had.
That's going to fly. She's going to have everybody go ahead and come on in, go to the venue, and get thrown out. That's
Well,
gonna
it was
fly.
only one owner, and the other one's just getting involved.
Explain to me how you justify morally keeping this girl's money.
Because she could have had the party. Like, she could have. Everything was worked out. It was just a confused.
She could have had, what, a clown party at your house?
No. She could have had a party at that venue with everything that we had already
There are no
agreed on.
clowns at your house. There's just clowns at my podium. That is ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And you're not much of a party planner if you think that's how it works. Let me ask you a question. Are these people still doing business with you?
Yes.
Because I noticed they didn't want to be by your side in this lawsuit.
Well, they didn't want to have
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I don't think it's me they were worried about. All right. Honey, you are by far the most competent, smart 19-year-old who's come in front of me. And I got an 18-year-old. I hope my 18-year-old isn't listening. In fact, you're competent, and you're one of the most competent and smart litigants that's come in front of me.
Thank you.
I am stunned at your poise. I'm stunned at you had the nerve to go out and book a party and sign a contract and go. I'm stunned at the maturity with which you dealt with the issue when the issue happened. I don't know, maybe you weren't getting enough RSVPs, or maybe, I don't know what your deal was. It doesn't matter because you came in here and you put forth a rock-solid case and you win. $600 verdict for the plaintiff.
And the defendant comes out here, the party planner, and step on over here. How'd things going there?
Not so well.
No?
No, not so well. But
Yeah, how'd you feel when the gavel came down for the defendant, for the plaintiff?
I guess, I don't know. I had a contract with her. I guess that doesn't really mean much, but
You broke it.
I mean, it was a misunderstanding that just too many people got involved, and I guess things just got out of
You
hand.
seem like you're all over the place. Do you have your stuff together?
Yeah.
You got it together?
Yeah, I got it
You
together.
plan these things all the time?
Yeah,
You're
all the
still
time.
working at that place?
Yes, I am.
And this has never happened to you before?
This has never happened.
You think it'll be the last time?
I hope so.
Yeah, good. How'd you pick him?
I was probably desperate at the point. So
Right. Okay, so what eventually happened? Did you have your party?
I did not have my party, but me and my friends went out. We had a blast, so can't really complain.
So it was a good birthday after all?
it was.
And how about what the judge said to you? She said you were the
Completely
what did she
satisfied.
call you? She called you the what?
She said I'm smart. Put it like that.
Like
She
that?
said I'm smart. Yes, I
Okay.
appreciate that.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Harvey?
Bottom line here, Kurt, is that if you make a contract and you don't get the benefit of your bargain, you have a right to cancel and get your deposit back. In this case, the plaintiff didn't have a duty to accept a second place. She wanted what she wanted. She didn't get it. She gets her money back.